Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
You're listening to The Rod Eccles Show.
Toll free 603-835-3224. That's 603-835-3224 here on the Rod Eccles Show. You can call in on this free-for-all Friday. Liberals like to think that they're normal. They do. They like to think that they're super normal. And then when you try to point out the differences from, basically the mainstream people, what mainstream people think and believe, the average American, they want to look at, like, for instance, when you point out to a liberal that the KKK is still entrenched within the Democrat Party, and that... Now, I just had this happen today, so I know this is how they think. When there are liberals, there's a group that I went into. I'm a part of, and evidently it has Democrats and liberals and conservatives that post and contribute to this. So I put up a post about certain things, and they, a liberal chimed in and said, "Well, I said that liberalism is a mental disorder." And immediately the first comment was, anybody who thinks that liberalism is a mental disorder is just stupid. Okay. Like that first salvo, it's kind of weak, kind of lame. All I have to, if I just saw the person in reality, in real life, face to face, I'd just look at him and, I'd be like, Orange Juice Jones, you dismissed. Silly rabbit, tricks for make your kids, and you know that? You dismissed. Because he's not worth my time answering. But another person, I said, well, it was trying to point out that it's Republicans that were racist because, she used to be a Republican and then became a Democrat. And I pointed out, well, you were never a conservative then. And so you felt more at home being the liberal that you are in the true home of liberalism, the Democrat Party. I hit the nail on the head. Of course that's how she felt. She didn't like conservatives in the Republican Party. I said, you were a moderate Republican that belonged in the Democrat Party in the first place. So good for you. Glad that you're at home now. But understand that liberalism, the Democratic Party, is the home of racism and is the home of the current KKK. She said, well, you can't, there's no evidence of that. I said, no evidence ever? No, there's never been any evidence of it. Like, okay, let me take this girl to school. Robert Byrd was I said he's a Grand Cyclops. I don't know the titles that they use in these stupid things. Grand Cyclops, Grand, whatever he was. He was a high-ranking Ku Klux Klan member. In that he was reelected over and over and over again and supported over and over again in his state to be reelected over and over again in the Senate until he died. In that, they try telling me, a lot of liberals try telling me, well, you can't, there's no documentation about, who's a Democrat. I said, well, yeah, there is, because, the government, they keep these kind of records because they ask these questions, especially during the census. They ask all kinds of weird questions about who you are and what you like and that kind of stuff. Stuff the government really doesn't need to know, but they ask anyway, and a lot of people answer, not even really thinking about it. And, we also know that, through registration, well, you're a Democrat, but you're also a white supremacist. So you're a KKK of it. And they're registered Democrats. So we know we've got government stats on this. So when I say, we got government stats on it, all you got to do is go look it up. And the response I get is, well, you can't trust that. Well, wait, now you were just telling me that I didn't have any evidence for what I said. Now I'm telling you that there is evidence, and now you're telling me I can't trust that evidence. You can't win with a liberal because you can slap them in the face with the facts, with the reality, and they can't accept it. So, yeah, back to the premise that liberalism is a mental disorder. Now, I got to tell you, I first heard that from Michael Savage. He's the first person I heard say that liberalism is a mental disorder. And ever since then, I've looked at liberals from that standpoint, and he's right on the button, right on the money every single time. When you engage in a liberal, they will, in order for them to remain a liberal, there's only two things that can happen when you talk to a liberal. They'll actually stop and think and actually start turning on their brain, and when they do that, they can no longer be a liberal. Or they have to totally deny everything that you're saying so they can stay in that fantasy land, in that fantasy world of theirs. Because if they do that, then no matter what you could tell them Hillary Clinton said that there's something that Democrats are racist, and they will try to remain in their fantasy world and say she doesn't know what she's talking. They'll come up with some excuse as to why Hillary was wrong and that Hillary can't be trusted on this issue. They do it every single time. So that's a person who has a disconnect with reality, and that is a person who has a mental disorder. So therefore, ergo, Dr. Savage, Michael Savage, was absolutely correct. Liberalism, for those who remain liberal, is a mental disorder, because that is the only way they can justify being a liberal, is by denying the facts and reality of life. Bingo. There's no other description or way around it. I mean, last night I had that wonderful caller. We talked to, she says that she's a liberal, but when you're talking about liberalism, and the facts are that more black babies are being aborted than born in certain cities in this country, and that Planned Parenthood is behind it, they can't accept that. And she thinks she's got herself convinced that, if she needs the services of an abortion doctor or clinic, that she's not being marketed or advertised to. That she just looks it up. Well, where does she get the idea? She doesn't understand the reality of what marketing and advertising does. Good marketing and advertising doesn't slap you in the face. It doesn't come at you, so every time you think of needing that particular product, you're thinking, oh, this ad did it. No, good marketing and advertising plants the seed so that when you're ready to have or utilize or go after that service or product, they're one of the first things you think about. But you don't think about how you learned about them. You just think about them. Levi jeans. Levi jeans, they've had over a century of ads. And it got to the point when people said, well, geez, I need a pair of jeans. They don't usually say jeans. They say, I need some Levi's. And somebody's going to tell me that it has nothing to do with marketing and advertising. It has everything to do with marketing and advertising. If you think that you need an abortion, first of all, why do you think you need an abortion? Because somebody's out there marketing the services of abortion clinics, most likely Planned Parenthood. So you get it in the idea that, oh, well, I need to have an abortion. Where am I going to go? And if you don't know where they are, then you're going to look up, abortion clinics, usually Planned Parenthood. And if there aren't any around, you're going to think of another clinic. You're not going to think, oh, I need an abortion, so I need to go to my OBGYN. Unless your OBGYN is a major abortion doctor as well. And that's how he or she is marketing themselves to you. Look, lawyers and doctors and dentists and chiropractors have ads they're advertisers now. They have marketing campaigns and marketing and advertising budgets. They're all over the place, not just the yellow pages, but they're on the radio, the TV, everywhere. And so when somebody gets into trouble and needs one of their particular services, they're more likely going to think of one of them instead of just going to looking for a suggestion from somebody or going to the yellow pages. Nobody uses the yellow pages anymore. But even the yellow pages was a